What is up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. If you watched the previous one, you know what it is. This video is about grinding methods, which you probably already know what it is since the title. So, but yeah. So, these are my big three. I get 100k in about an hour when I'm playing by myself. Like, a little over an hour with... actually, I don't want to lie to you. If I'm playing by myself, it takes me about hour to hour 30 minutes. The hour is when I go on public server, but it gets rough with that, so that's why I put slash. And public servers are a totally different thing, so don't be like, oh, Jem, you're right, you told me do this and you'll get it in this amount of time. Well, with public servers, there's a few things you have to consider. People are robbing without you when you're doing a robbery, so it's not going to be open in the same amount of time as public or a private server. So that's something you have to consider. And also cops, so you're going to be on the run with cops. Private server, not so much. So more efficient with private server if you have 2 or 3 people. So my most efficient one is 3 people. Takes me about 45 minutes to get 100k. These are what I rob. I usually, one of us turns to a cop, gives each other a key, and then if you have an alt account that you can use while you're doing it, then just have the alt be a cop that gives keys whenever you die. But if you don't die, it's more efficient, obviously. But anyway, 3 people. You rob tomb, bank, and then you rob museum. Not in that specific order. Usually, I don't want you guys thinking, oh, you lied to me, when it doesn't happen for you. Usually for my server, it's bank opens up first, so I go bank, then museum, and tomb. And then once you get that in order, usually by the time you rob the other 2, the other one will open back up. But then there is, if you do it too fast, which me and my brother and a few of my friends have done, go JSTOR. Because yes, it takes a little while, but we don't like nuclear power plant, whatnot. If I'm doing it without my brother and just a few friends, I still try to stay away from it, but if everything else fails, I do that and then go criminal base. Not because it gives you more money than JSTOR. JSTOR gives you more money, to be honest, because you're not going to get there fast enough to get 6,000 unless you're hacking. So they made that way too impossible. So JSTOR gives you more money, but it's more time. Anyway, that's my thing for 3 people. For 2 people, and by the way, you will want the military helicopter for 3 people. 2 people, you're going to want, obviously, it's going to be museum, bank, then you do JSTOR. When should I say JSTOR, it's jewelry store. But anyway, you do jewelry store, then power plant. If, like I said before, if nothing else is open. Then, when you're with yourself and no one else. Now here's where it gets difficult. I don't do that, usually. But there is a few times I got so sick of the cops, tried to do it, and it didn't go very well. So here's what the signal player does. When there's train, you rob it as quickly as you can. But if you can get a key, that's the best thing for you, because then you can get bank and it opens up varieties. But not everybody has access to an ult, so yeah. I'm going to make this for everybody, so I'm not going to add the ult. If you have an ult, then you can do the bank. So I'll add one for ult and not ult. Okay, so if you have an ult account, then do bank, jewelry store, train, power plant. And yeah, whenever train comes, you go do that, because then it gives the robberies more time to respawn, basically. Because if you do train robbery, it gives JSTOR and bank more time to update, so it opens up again. Same with power plant. But yeah, if you do not have a key, do JSTOR, power plant, train, which is the worst. So that when I do it by myself, about 2 hours with those three. That's why I said I don't really do it. So what I'm going to tell you right now, don't listen to me for my signal player one unless you have the ult. Then you can listen to me for it. It's such crappy advice to take from me if you do not have an ult and you are trying to do this. Because mine takes 2 hours. There's probably a better one for people who are playing by their self. But I know my first one is one of the most efficient ones I found out there. So, and I came up with it by myself. I've seen people do bank, jewelry store, museum, power plant, then tomb, which that's just way too much. It's not time conservative, because you do want to keep in mind that some stores give you more than others. Bank, it's a toss-up. But museum and tomb give you the most money, so you always want to do that. The bank, for me, is just because it's one of the easiest ones, and by the time you do all three of them, the other two will be open. So, yes, the initial, for the private server, the initial open rate is slower, though, so just keep that in mind. Once you start robbing them, they get faster to open up. Anyway, if you're on a regular server, just go any store that's open. If you can find someone that will grind with you on a regular server, then do it. Try to keep to my strategy for 3-player part. Just don't get your hopes up. Like I said, people could be robbing the one that you want right as you're robbing the other one. So just keep that in mind. But if you do have a private server and no one's playing with you, hop on jailbreak and ask a few people if they want to join your private server. Like, it's so easy to just get a few people go on your private server. Just friend them and let them join. Then you have people to grind with. So that's all I'm going to say. This strategy works like a charm. The past 4 days, I got this much. Today is the 5th day. I still need to grind a little more. I just thought about it, and I wanted do this video. Plus, I heard about the Bloxburg update, so it kind of just distracted me a little bit. So I did these videos. I'm going to finish my grinding session now and do this. So yeah. Anyway, see you guys next time. Good. Oh wait, before I do that, hit that like and subscribe button. It will help my channel grow, and yeah, thanks. So, goodbye!